And I really like to take this opportunity to, before I start my address, to thank Sanjay Chatterjee's team and TiVo and entire team for working with us relentlessly on what started from a kind of a little casual telephone call and kind of converted into one of the game changer in the hospitality industry. So all the students sitting here, all the guest panelists and people who have come to IIHM here physically, and also the other campuses, as you can see, about 10 campuses are part of this celebration. Thank you all for being with us, for your support, for your assistance, and for your love. And I always say, and Shuja wants me to say that, every time I do a handshake, I feel the touch, not the tick. It's a touch of the humanity, it's a touch of humility, it's a touch of hospitality, it's a touch of humanness, the happiness. And that's what hospitality is all about. Tech is very important. Touch is more important. So what we are trying to do is to bring an element of tech to make the touch firmer and the warmth may be better, so that the industry makes more progress and the touch becomes stronger. So we are in an industry that believes in humanity, and that can never ever be replaced by tech, but can always be hugely supported. And this support is what we are trying to do through the people, through the friends of the industry and from the technology field. And one of the example of that being the launch of the GPT Namaste, which is already giving a lot of knowledge to our students pan-India throughout all the campuses and the new campuses of IIHM, of IIHS, of IIPC, and also our partner universities all over the world. Now, today, as the world is always talking about AI, artificial intelligence, artificial general intelligence, we, I think, believe at IIHM that it's very important is the real power is in learning how we use AI and not just to invent it. It's very important for all of you young students sitting here, all of my faculty and colleagues out here. It's important to understand how we apply it. It's actually the application of AI that's been important, and that's why we made Namaste. And in so many applications are already there. You'll be very happy to know, this is not a formal announcement, but very happy to know that we are working with team N2Wave, with Sanjay's team, to create some of the business model also, where the hospitality industry would be using the technology, AI technology, to make sure that the operations, the management of the hotels, cafes, and the other hospitality units are much smoother. A lot of pain points are there in industry. We're trying to resolve that pain point by using AI and technology. I think this is the second phase of Namaste. I think the second part is the student part, which is central, as Sujay was saying. The central part of the entire story is the students, because we are what our students are. And if your students are not benefited, we are not benefited. So since students are the hero of our entire endeavor, it's important that we make the students understand, and they should lead it, which they're doing. The leadership are absolutely not top down at IIHM. At IIHM, the leadership is always bottoms up, where we try to get our students empowered to become the leaders and lead the way forward. Of course, they're all there as mentors, as faculties, to help them, but ultimately it is the students. I always quote this example from sports, that whatever the managers and coaches do, ultimately the players scored the goal or the hit the six of the last ball, not the coach. So the students are the central to the theme of the entire vision of the IIHM journey to the AI in hospitality. And of course the early steps which we took, as I was telling about making the Namaste, which already been described in the film and the video, has been, I think, phenomenal, because it was made at a very, very quick time, I think 2 months, 3 months time, and it is evolving. I will request all the students right here sitting in the David Foskett Hall and all our 12 campuses who are on that screen boxes to use the Namaste. I'll request all of you, absolutely, you don't need to pay anything, it's yours. Please start using it, and we have got to make sure at a time that all IIHM students would be using Namaste for any kind of learning, any kind of writing research papers, writing essays, writing your reports and everything that you want to know, knowledge as knowledge bank, and obviously it is going to change your life. High tech, higher touch. I think this is the next phase of our journey, and today we will be launching a precursor to my fourth book, which is called same, High Tech, Higher Touch. Because as I started, the technology can be high, it can be high, but that touch is always higher. Better the technology, higher the touch. So we call it high tech, higher touch, so that we can take the touch points to a different level by improving, innovating, creating, and applying the AI technology in the hospitality world, both in education and in the industry and the business of hospitality. This particular book is about how we can use the AI and the application to get that hospitalityness even stronger. So this will be a very interesting book. This is not a tech book. This is not a book about technology, but it's a book about how technology will make hospitality look bigger, better, grander, and more profitable for all the stakeholders, including all of you. The hospitality GPT already is there, but the next phase of Namaste would be really, really interesting, and I believe that the next step will have things like virtual host, AI labs, smart data-driven decision-making bots, and this all would be now done and involving the students of IIHM all over the country. The AI is serving the humanity, as I said, that we shake hands with AI. As we shake hands with AI, we embrace humanity through our touch points, helped by the data that AI creates. AI will never replace hospitality, but AI will definitely help hospitality to reach the next league of success. Hospitality and tourism minded gives India 8.5% of the India's GDP, 8.5%, and ambition is to take it to 10% in the next 5 years, which means even every 100 rupees that the GDP earns in India, 10 rupees comes from tourism and hospitality, where you guys are the major benefactor. So you are in an industry which is growing, rising, and giving India the money that India needs, and 10% would be great. And for that 10%, to achieve that 10% of GDP, we need a lot of assistance from technology, a lot of AI application, where we can get the things like AI revenue management and AI education, and to create thousands of students to become the business leaders, because talent is still scarce. You all are very lucky, but then their talent is still scarce. Our industry still needs a lot of people to work in different sectors. We travel, we meet students, we meet our colleagues in different campuses, in different geographies, in different hotels, in person, because the real leadership still needs the real hospitality, real leadership still needs the real handshake, real leadership still needs the real hug, and sometimes the real food. So AI will only help us. By no means it will replace us, but that helping will really change the face of hospitality. At IIHM, we are committed to change the face of hospitality, not just hospitality education, but hospitality as a passion, hospitality as a profession, and hospitality as an industry. Because no country provides you the hospitality better than India in the world. And we all know that. How we can translate that huge service and hospitality into revenue, into profit, into 10% GDP is the challenge. And AI will help us to achieve that. The book launch will be happening today after a few minutes, and of course the book launch would be very interesting. This book is also not just a book, but a vehicle to share our vision of AI in the hospitality with the world. And the additional feature of this book will include the QR codes linking with real videos. The Namaste says AI generative tips at the end of each chapter, student workbook for the reflection by the students and the faculty, and of course forward by some of the very, very famous global leaders. And my last point for today, before I talk about a little bit about awards, is a symbol of a new era, is the tiger. Tiger? Yes, tiger, but we call it AI car. So we got we had put an I in Namaste to make it Namaste. Here we have put an A in the tiger to make it the tiger of today. So the AI mascot of India is this tiger. Yes, you can say the Royal Bengal tiger. Wearing the stripes of traditional and the circuits of tomorrow, this mascot will blend in this warmth with very intelligent innovation and technological advances.